Hey everybody, welcome back to the WahooWarrior channel. I'm sure you're thinking, what the hell, man? Where's the videos? Where's the battle reports? I'm going to sorely disappoint most of my viewers. I didn't really capture the videos of these games. Going to a tournament and trying to capture a game that's worthy of a battle report is very, very difficult when you're trying to actually compete in a tournament. This is a tournament, a view of the room. This is Operation Sting in Chicago. And this is a great event put on, basically by the Chicago Bolt Action Group. Down there in the bottom right is John Stentz. He's always a top player, one of the top national players. I did not get a chance to play him this event, so it kind of was a little foreshadowing how my event went. I did take my Romanians, and I'll go over my army list here shortly. I have video of the first game in between turns, game 2. I started doing that, and then by 3, 4, and 5, because we had 2 games on Sunday, I basically stopped using the video camera. And then 2 weeks after this event, I end up in Minneapolis at the Operation Sting tournament, and I'll putting together a little video of that. Now, that was a really neat event that I was very happy I went to. One of the things about this Operation Sting, though, I was getting over, still kind of in the midst of having a pretty bad head cold. Wasn't feeling that great. So this is my Romanian list. You've kind of seen me play some of this here and there. It's a Panzer IV, which I don't think I'll ever take again. The Tiger Fear is a great value on the Panzer IV. It wasn't very enjoyable to play with. Kept having to remind my opponents of it. I did not enjoy the mechanic very much. It helped me in one game quite a bit, but other than that, it just was kind of a pain in the butt. It's a good tank, but I think Tiger Fear should have been on the bigger cats and not the Panzer IV. I think it's just included for free, and it doesn't fix the problem of the points of the big tanks. I do have a medium artillery piece and medium howitzer, both with spotters. I have 2 14-man reg squads with 4 submachine guns in them. I have an 8-man squad with 2 light machine guns in it of regulars. I have a regular lieutenant. I have 2 10-man squads of veteran infantry, and they just have rifles. And this is kind of where I made a mistake with my list. I should have geared up the veterans. I wanted full-strength squads so I could re-roll. So the 2 vets are 10-man motorized infantry squads, so they're full-strength. The 14-man reg squads are early war or late war, one of the two. The whole Operation Sting event was staged in 1943, so it kind of limited a bit of what different nationalities could take. I have 2 trucks, inexperienced, with no machine gun, and then I have a TAC Cam tank destroyer from Mad Bob Miniatures that I painted up. And I think it looks nice. It's just got a medium anti-tank gun, 7 armor open top. It's not a killing machine or anything, but I kind of thought if I put it in outflank in most scenarios, drive it on would be annoying. So that was my intention. So I have, I think, 12 order dice. I feel like I have good close combat units.
Hey, today Operation Sting 2017 here in Chicago. Been looking forward to this for quite a bit. Get me out of my funk of not playing any games. I'm here today with Kyle. It's going to be my first opponent on table 6. I haven't even looked at the scenario pack yet. But running a British list today. Pretty nicely painted. Can you go ahead and go over that for me, Kyle?
4 regular squads with a machine gun.
Nice.
I have a quad tractors as a camel.
That's cool.
A medium AT gun.
Cool.
A PIAT team, a sniper team, a flamethrower team.
Oh, cool.
Who's already, I can kind of see how he's going to make it throughout the day.
Already rolled a 1.
I have my command, and then I have a basic
spotter.
Artillery observer.
Oh yeah, artillery observer. Looks like a bush.
M3A4 Lee.
Yeah, I like that Lee a lot.
I have a 7-man paratrooper squad, heavy mortar team with spotter.
Very cool. How many order dice do you run?
14.
Okay, I have 12, I believe, which is less than I normally run. So I'm gonna have to get used. I used to having like around 16.
This is the most I've ever run.
Yeah.
You got your other 2?
Yeah, they were right here. So that's the end of turn 1. Got the British deployed there. This scenario is basically just kill each other's order dice. I've got a 14-man squad and attack cam and outflank. So kind of pushed in the middle, see if my Panzer IV can survive. I've got an anti-tank gun set up over there. It's going to be annoying. So, all right, we'll see. Alright, getting ready to start turn 3. I got my veteran squads kind of pushed up. He's got a flamethrower team back there. I don't like that at all, but there's not much I can do about it. Tiger Fear helped a little bit. One of his squads shot up another squad. But alright, getting ready to roll for an artillery strike. Alright, so we just finished turn 3. It's kind of a little pro and con. My tank destroyer came in, got a nice hit, but I rolled a 1 for a crew stun, which really sucks. This squad's at least in. I lost my big squad in the middle due to a combined mortar shot and artillery barrage. I'm really upset I failed a rally check on my tank, being a 9, because there's not much over here on the left to stop me, and I'm backing up. But yeah, it's still in the balance. I've lost my trucks because I wasn't assigning order dice to him early to get him out of harm's way, and he's rolling 6s to hit him. He's lighting up the trucks, so alright, we'll see what we can do turn 4. Oh, so we just started turn 5 and it has gone all downhill turn 4 for me. I had a poor close combat. My 14-man squad vaporized just under regular shooting, which was really strange. I failed an order check. I kind of thought they'd be there for a couple turns, so yeah, I'm pretty much screwed at this point. I did start turn 5. I pulled the first dice. I had a chance. I shot that and I crew stunned it again. So now at this point, I need to just roll a bunch of 6s with my artillery and hope that I pick up a few dice to get a draw. So never good at that point in the game when you're just hoping. Alright, so pretty much going downhill. I didn't really lose anything that turn, but didn't gain anything either. Starting turn 6, my artillery was way off. He's going to out-order dice the crap out of me this turn, so it's pretty much game, but we'll play it out, maybe get a couple lucky shots.
Couple pictures of our matches. This is my vet squad on the right side of the building. My one on the left I didn't talk about in the video. I ended up moving up and shooting up the flamethrower squad and killed it, but then was punished without remorse. The one on the right here, he did have a squad come up. I ended up entering in close combat. I had to cross an obstacle, so we went Simo. I rolled like crap, and he wiped my squad out. So that really hurt. This whole game was kind of bad juju. This is right before that close combat. I assault that squad. They're within 6. My throwing away my squad on the left was kind of rough. My Panzer IV failing that rally check. So that artillery barrage kind of hurt me. And losing a squad in the middle from a heavy mortar was pretty brutal. Needing a 6 to hit me, and then I failed my check. That kind of sucked too. So yeah, it just didn't go well. I ended up getting a loss here. There's special objective points for each scenario. We can have different things you select, and I don't believe I got any of those either, so it was bad. This was kind of critical, and I could have killed that thing, and then I could have used this tank to protect my infantry. You'd have been more hesitant to be just standing in the open shooting at me, I believe, even though I have only a 1-inch template. But yeah, not a good game. Not a good game at all. So lost there. So here's game 2.
Getting ready to start game 2. It's going to be key positions. We only rolled 1 additional one, so the key positions are this little token thing, that token, and that. This is actually kind of this terrain feature, so that's kind of a big one. It'll be a pretty good fight over that probably. I put my tac cam in outflank along with a 10-man vet squad on foot and then a 14-man. And we've got a pretty interesting, beautiful display board here. Did you say it was Dave? Dave here with a beautiful display board. He's running the British. He's got a lot of half tracks, and he's got a super heavy anti-tank gun and some Bren carriers, and should be a pretty good battle. Starting turn 2, we got my howitzer here on the left, light machine gun squad, got my vets ran up to there, lieutenant, 14-man took a hit, a pin, got my mortar, still got those guys in outflank, got quite a bit of British coming up in the middle as well, 3 10-man squads, plus some support stuff, a couple half tracks. Should get pretty crowded in the middle soon. I got my Panzer IV right in the middle. Hopefully he'll fail a check or two sometime during the game. Alright, starting turn 3. I had a nice shot with my tank on the tank gun, and I needed a 4, and I missed with a 3. I did put a pin on it with the machine gun, but I didn't get lucky on a 6 with the howitzer shot, and I was able to wipe out a squad. So finally my big guns come alive. Other than that, this is gonna be pretty pivotal. It's gonna be, see what happens.
So that's pretty much all the video that I have, and that's all the video I have for the rest of Operation Sting. So what ends up happening, we end up running out of time. We were only like on turn 4 going into turn 5, which is unfortunate because I was actually starting to win this game pretty good. I came in on the right hand side with my TAC can, my 2 infantry squads, and I was pushing towards that objective. One more turn, I would have been able to at least capture or contest it, most likely capture it. In the middle, I ended up owning that one, but what happened was I moved my lieutenant away from the objective on the back left. I didn't really read the scenario objectives. I thought I kind of owned it, and I realized it too late. Failed an order check because of his artillery barrage, needing I think a 7, and failed. I couldn't move my lieutenant near it, so I owned the middle one. He owned the one on closer to him, and then the other one was open. So I ended up getting a draw basically by my stupidity and running out of time. It was a great looking army. So I got a loss and then a draw. Game 3, I have a complete blackout on. I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure I have a picture of the army that I played. I don't remember the scenario. I know I got a win because I ended up 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. Wasn't really going to be competing for anything major, but I was hoping to get a good night's sleep, and then I start the next day. Pretty sure this is the army I played. It was all Axis versus Allied, so you had to play against an Allied opponent. I'm pretty sure this is the army I played, but for the life of me, I cannot remember the scenario or anything. All I remember is that I was a 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. So I did capture a few of my objectives, the bonus objectives, so I was sitting okay. So I did not sleep all that great, but at least I got a night's sleep. And I start day 2 against a French opponent that I played at a Depicon before, but he wasn't playing French. And here's some pictures of that game. It's Romanian versus Partisans. So I shouldn't say French. He's playing a partisan list this time. I got some really nice pictures. I had to hold until relieved in the middle. I put my TAC cam in a vet squad. There's a partisans trying to mob my TAC cam. Has big mobs of partisans, 20-man units. This is kind of where I started my deployment. He's got a vet squad over there in that field that kind of come up the road. He's got these bombs all around the middle because the deployment zone was the middle, so he's placed them all over. I was able to get a draw out of this one. I think I could have gotten a win if I wouldn't have got too conservative early in the game. My Panzer IV was able to cause a few failed checks for Tiger Fear, and I was able to wipe out one of these 2 squads. I was worried about those bombs. They can be devastating. None of them actually went off. I threw like some spotters and a mortar team on to try to get them to detonate. And I actually had a choice of table selection. I kind of chose the wrong side of the table. I should have chose the other side. There's cover on this side, but you're trying to get to that objective in the middle, which is my old truck in the middle there. And he was able to move up behind it, and all you have to do is contest it. So we kind of figured at turn 4 it was going to be a draw, and we played it out until we ran out of time, and it did turn out to be another draw. But it was a fun game. Good opponent. Was playing a kind of an interesting list. So game 5 is against I believe it was an American player, and we're playing on this board, and it was basically kill each other's order dice. This one was very difficult because my trucks had really nowhere to go. They had this big old road kind of more on his side of the board, and although I pushed up with my infantry really hard, I couldn't get really across. There's no cover. He stayed back in those hard cover things. He had knocked my howitzer out with his howitzer, with a mortar. Well, it really made it difficult to like make him go anywhere. I pushed my Panzer IV up in the middle. His Sherman kind of came over on the left. Playing a little cat and mouse with that as far as the deployment. And I didn't have my Panzer IV doing much in the way of Tiger Fear, but the most probably exciting part of the game was his sniper trying to kill my mortar while my mortar was trying to zero in on his sniper. I brought a truck in to shield off my, or a half track actually, to shield, it was a truck to shield off my mortar team from his sniper. I hit it with a medium machine gun that was an ambush I'd forgotten about, and immobilized the truck. The infantry had to pile out, and then they kind of foot slogged it towards the sniper. I ended up hitting the sniper with a mortar shot, and he hadn't killed me in like 4 turns, 5 turns maybe, and I only killed one of the 2 guys with the mortar hit, and he passed his check, and then my infantry guys were getting close, so he ran away. I think we both picked up, this is the overview of the table, I think we both picked up 2 of each other's order dice. You had to win by 2. Right towards the end, his Sherman started to get around my flank and was hunting pickup trucks, and he had mangled up one of my squads pretty good, because man, he was putting a lot of he put a lot of like 5 or 6 pins on a squad, and I'd have to rally. So, but it ended up being another draw. So I'm just going to go over some of the armies here. I always like to take pictures of the armies. This is an Axis with a Tiger tank. That's interesting. Japanese, which I think is going to be my next army. I'm going to take to any major event, which I have to start building them. It looks like a nice little German list. Looks like a Blitzkrieg list. Nice Spring War. This looks like a German list, early war. Saw a lot of, because it's 1943, you see some pictures of this. This is Indiana Jones with a Africa Corps list. That's a nice little, I like that little wooden board for some reason. There's the Ark of the Covenant. I should probably have these together, but there's a really nice looking Italian army. I believe that was Italian. A lot of Italian cavalry. Very nice looking Hungarian army. Panzer III armor car. I think that's, what is that? Don't know what that is. This is a great looking French army. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that might have won best painted. American, looks like, or something. Here's again that Indiana Jones, Jeremy Williams. I think he won best painted or favorite army or something like that. But neat little display board there. There's that. I think that's handmade. Wacko plane from the movie. So it was a fun event. Yeah, I definitely did not bring my A game. I didn't bring a really great army list. I was happy to see such a variety of army lists throughout Allied and Axis. I definitely had some great matches. If I wasn't feeling so poorly, I think I would have enjoyed myself quite a bit more. But definitely Sting, when it comes open and you are feeling like taking a drive, it's worth the drive. There's a ton of prize support, ton of it. So, all right, guys.